Thank you very much. First, my apologies for coming to this very important launching of the book of my brother a bit late. I just came from Naivasha for official work and I had to rush. So I seek your pardon for coming late. Interestingly, I can see my colleagues on right and left, people whom we have schooled with, the Chief Qadi, the Deputy Chief Qadi, my senior by a class, we normally call him the Abdinoor, and which means I'm old, I'm no longer youthful as the book depicts me. One thing, we want the title of the book, Youth and Truth. Two critical aspects of the society. And then we point fingers to the Western community. When we point a finger to somebody, where are the other four? To you. Where are the Somali community? Where is the Somali community? Where is the Somali nation? How much is our culture in support of its own religion? Does it abhor the values the Western society is trying to imbibe into our youngsters? Or it's also worse. I myself did not read this book very well, but I had a scan, chapter by chapter. Just a scan, and I liked the methodology it used in trying to bring about the youth and trying to go down to virtuous aspects. The first, defining youth, a very contentious issue. Who are the youth? According to the UN, you know how youth are being defined. Between age 18, 15. Who fixed this 18-year-old is a question. Very contentious. The fundamental rights and freedoms are in touch with age. Is this 18 obsolete? Is this 18 so in United States of America? If I may pick a contentious issue, the consent to sex, which is very immoral. But in this liberal world, according to United States, when you are 17, you have the consent. You can go for it. But in Kenya, you cannot. You'll be charged for a very serious crime, isn't it? Country to country, so there is an entire world of argument around which age is really youthful. But nevertheless, I think the best is as prescribed in the Holy Book. That should be our guide. So you're trying to bring a mix of a lot of things, ideology, cultures, morality, gender, so many things into the mix, to the United Nations definition, to try to define which age is really right for the youth. And I'm sure you have rightly quoted the Quranic verse, chapter 30, verse 54, which I believe is the epitome or the icing of all those definitions. You talked of physical aspects of qualifying youth and the emotional aspect. I have no problem with physical. Many youth are physically weak. The greatest danger to our youth is emotions. Emotions. If you are emotionally weak, you are unintelligent. So work on your emotions. Work on your emotions. IQ is actually not potent, but emotional intelligence is the most powerful thing. So try to work on your emotions. Emotions, that is the thing. Then you talk to youth as a power, and you took us through the genesis of youth and history, taking us from Greek, the Athens, then bringing us to the religious context. Prophet Ibrahim, Abraham as they call in the Christian world, how he has endured being a youth, and his achievement. To Prophet Yusuf, they call it Joseph, how he has endured challenges and the milestones he has achieved. all those. And up to Ashabul Kahf. You are trying to contextualize youth into, but of important to me that speaks to me today is time and usefulness, which I'm a victim. I was late for this function. Time. Many honorable members came, promised to come to this function. I'm alone and I came late. So it goes right to the leadership. Are we truthful? Do we value time? And we are in that quagmire. Mentorship is a key thing. The lack of mentorship. If the leaders do not say the truth, if I can take a holy Quran, and for me it appears to be a holy, just a book, like Abdinoor's book, a holy book, and then I say a Christian takes me through, taking an oath, I solemnly declare that what I'm saying in this court is nothing but the truth, and yet I'm lying, and I'm holding the holy book. That is truth, youth and truth. How much are our values in us? Sorry, time is... So in mentorship, you talked of lack of leaders, which I am one. You talked of the issue of ego. Deal with your ego. See yourself always as ignorant and low. Humble yourself. And self-centeredness, which means selfishness. Many more. Without much ado, I don't have to check. You have brought legal components into your argument in your book. Liberalism, secularism, feminism. Myself, in front of you, I'm a student, starting my 4.2 in law. Studying the same, going through the same hassle, trying to think about what are they trying to teach me. Feminism, liberalism. What do they stand for in the Islamic context? All these philosophies and jurisprudential issues, you have just scratched it, but are so deep. Each can be handled in a different way, and it is bottomless. If Plato and Socrates dealt with them, I'm sure Abdinoor will have a long way to go into them. Mine is just to say, why do you write a book? Many write a book because they speak English. Is that the purpose? There must be a purpose. There must be an objective in the society. You want to cure a problem, and you must know your audience, not the language. So this book really is like it speaks to me as a person, and it's time for Asr. I remember the author took our time. You spoke on the book. We are to speak on the book. You use our time, so we are being pushed. What I'm trying to promise, what is the value of the book? I couldn't see. So I would offer 1.5 million towards the book. And I will push my colleagues, members of parliament, to make sure that they all contribute towards the purchase of the book so that all our schools. And one thing I forgot. Sorry. Somebody out of just told me, is there any Somali who wrote a book? I just watched him. I told him, do you know Nuruddin Farah? He could not recall. I told him, do you know the book, The Crooked Ribs? He went silent. Then I asked him, we went further writing another book, The Naked Needle. Then he accepted. Then I tell him he has won a lot of accolades and awards. Then later I started talking, do you know